Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today we have an interesting team. Now, I'm going to say this right now, I forgot to give my Talent Flame its items, so I'll tell you what the sets hopefully were, because I didn't look at the list for the items. So, my will hat, its ability was Hypercutter. I made sure it had the My Will Light. Its attacks were Crunch, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, Play Rough, and its nature was Docile. Talon Flame, Flame Body for the ability. Its item was supposed to be the Oranberry, but I was an idiot. Attacks, Acrobatics, Roost, Flame Charge, Me First. And its nature was Careful. Gigalith was Sturdy. Item. Red card. I couldn't read it in the dark. Power Gem, Rock Blast, Rock Slide, Stone Edge. Sirius was his nature. Gyarados. Ability, Moxie. Item was not Eject Button. It was actually Focus Sash, because I screwed up on that. Okay, you know what? The items are actually all wrong. I'm sorry. Carbink's Clear Body. I think its item was Eject Button. Maybe, I don't know. Its attacks were Ancient Power, Rock Throw, Smackdown, Moonblast. Its nature was Jolly. Comfy, whose ability was Flower Bell. Gyarados had the Focus Sash, by the way. Abilities, Petal Dance, Petal Blizzard, Play Rough, Synthesis, and its nature was Impish. So, without all the way, the first battle begin. Both of these fights were incredibly close, actually. So, here we go. So, first up, I sent out my Comfy. And they sent out their Coma. I was like, yes! I have a chance! Who is shiny, also. Also, this person's whole team was shinies. So they go for Flamethrower. They get a crit, which sucks. So, Comfy held up its red card. And then Barbarical came out. And I went for Play Rough, hoping that I outsped the Komodo. But I didn't. So, sad face. So, Barbarical goes for the Razor Shell, which knocks me out, yes. Okay. That's Comfy down. And now, here comes my Mega Mywell. Mega Mywell, I forget what its ability was called. I think it was double damage. And, well, that's what it does, but I forget what it did. This thing was actually quite strong. Like, it could handle a very powerful Earthquake. I say this because I had Earthquake used. And it did very little damage. I'm looking at it now, it's almost half, but it would have been a 3-hit kill. I go for Iron Head, which does more than it really should, because, well, I go for Sucker Punch. It goes for Shell Smash. And then I just played the game of the Sucker Punch, essentially. So, all the stats rose and decreased, blah, blah, blah. And then I go for Sucker Punch, and this time he does go to attack me. And then I get the crit, which definitely mattered, and he is down. So, it's a 1-to-1 within the death scenario. So here comes Shiny Pidgeot, and I knew as soon as I saw this thing, if this is a Mega, I quit. And it's Mega. Not gonna lie, I've never fought or used the Shiny Pidgeot, so this was fun. And I really do like the Shiny with the purple, I'm not gonna lie. So I go for Sucker Punch, and then, yeah, I did lots of damage. It went for Steel Wing, and I think that actually no, that didn't knock me out. So Pidgeot goes for the Hurricane, and that, I believe, knocks me out, yeah. So then, I go for Talonflame, who was supposed to have the Oranberry, but FML. So it goes for Fly, which I actually had a feeling it might have, so I went for Acrobatics. I was like, yes, I'm a happy camper. So Pidgeot goes for Fly, and it does almost half. And I don't think I actually managed to kill this Pidgeot, so that sucks. Yeah, I lived with 4 health and I went for me first. Damn it! Pidgeot goes for stealing, and that is enough to take out my Talonflame. So that is the first fight down. Shit, my DS is dying. Okay. So now here comes my first fight, which was pretty close as well. So, here we go. So, this person's going to send out their Kingdra, which was an interesting go. I went for Gigalith. I know, this isn't really a good matching, but I decided to actually stay in. Kingdra went for the Focus Energy, which was interesting. Gigalith used... I made Gigalith use Stone Edge. It went for the Waterfall, and that I just barely survived this. And it was a crit, nonetheless. So I go for Stone Edge again, and that takes out the Kingdra. So, yay. It goes for they go for Durant, which was also an interesting swap. This Durant almost swiped my whole team. I was like, no, don't make me name it Durant Sweep, please. So, it goes to boost its attack. And it's also its accuracy with the Hoeing Claws, which sucked. I go for Stone Edge. That does quite a lot of damage. And that was a crit. A lot of crits in this episode, jeez. That goes for Iron Head. That's super effective. That's enough to take me out. Ripperoni, Gigalith. So I go for Carbinks. Yay, Carbinks. So it goes for Iron Head, and that's enough to knock out the Carbinks. Ripperoni. So I go for the Gyarados, and I thought afterwards that, you know what, Focus Sash is going to work, because if I get an electric type attack, I'll survive. And this thing goes for Thunder Fang. I predicted it. I go for Thunder. It lands, and that is enough to take out the Durant. So now, it's Gyarados with 1 health versus a full health Sableye. So, what happens is, correct. It goes for Will-O-Wisp, I go for the Thunder, and that actually is the end of the fight. Because I missed my Thunder. Yo, stop. Bye guys, gotta go.